We'll let Coach go ahead and start off with an opening statement, and then I'll start with Andy for questions and move on to you, Marty.
I'm really proud of our team's effort today. They came out and took care of business from the jump. This is a team that beat us last year pretty handily in their court. Everything that we keep working for is just trying to get us better and better. And they were ready to make some adjustments. You have to give Western Illinois credit, though. Both of us, we played 2 games in 3 days. They played 3 games in 3 days. So we all have to understand that was a difficulty that they went through. So I give them credit for that. They play hard and they shoot the ball well. Our team knew that, and we had our own goals that we wanted to attain. And for the most part, we did that. I really appreciate their focus, especially it being finals week.
All right, Andy, go ahead and ask some questions.
I like the fact that in each of the first 3 quarters, the women came out and did a great job right off the bat. First 10 in the first quarter, I think, or maybe more than that, and first several in the second quarter, and the first 13 in the third quarter.
Well, and that's a focal point of ours is our consistency. I want us to learn to be consistent. It's that what happened to us at Murray State. We came out, we did really well, and then we let off the gas. We had some of those lulls in this game as well, but we've just got to start to grow into just minding our business and doing what we do. That's what we were trying to do, was inspire them to continue to play good defense and to continue to have good quarters and starts to quarters.
Zone defenses don't seem to be quite as big a problem this year, perhaps.
Perhaps not. That's why we've been working, you got to give the kids a lot of credit. I challenged them at the end of last year. We talked about our percentages. I told them how important it would be for them to get in the gym and shoot. And we have as a team. And we also brought in some players that can really shoot the ball and help us. And so all those things combined have helped us make a step that makes it a little bit harder to guard us. And it gives us a little more room to do different things offensively.
All right, Andy, we'll give Marty a chance to ask a question here.
Perfect.
Coach, I know after Saturday's win, one of the things you were talking about was just wanting to kind of build up that consistency, build up that confidence. You've now put 3 straight together, after a year like last year where wins were hard to come by. What does this win do for you now that you have rattled off 3 straight for your team?
Well, it's something that we're going to just keep building on, and we have to, because, they take no prisoners in the Missouri Valley. If you look, we've got teams in our conference that are beating Big Ten teams. And so we've got to continue to get better. I'm excited that we've done this and we're tasting some success because we really needed to. But we've got to continue to build, and we've got to continue to get better so we can make some good challenges in the Valley, because our league is so good. So I'm very proud of what we're doing, but we do still have a long way to go. We're far from where we can be, and we're just going to keep our heads down and our nose down and grinding it out.
This is another game where, Essie really came out and showed what she could do for you. We know what Jamira can do from what she did last year. How much does it really kind of help your game when you can work the inside and the outside? You have your big down low, but you also have great guard play at the perimeter as well.
It helps us tremendously. And then just the fact that we have the speed too. So it's hard to stay in front of us. And now we've got some outside shooters. I thought Nat had a good start today too. But Essie has done a great job in her start here as a Sycamore. And she's definitely shown that she's somebody that you got to pay attention to. And it just helps our offense with our continuity. I mean, because last year they would just jam the paint and it'd make it really hard for Jay to get anything. And even, they would jam the paint and we'd still get to the rim, but we struggled to finish. So this year it's helped us open some things up.
kind of going off what Andy was saying earlier, you know, the Murray State game, girls got off to a really strong start, got off to another really strong one here, 10-0, 15-1 at one point. Is that kind of the, you know, learning to play with that lead? Is that something new for your team to kind of work with? Is, you know, hey, you talked about it, you let off the gas a little bit against the Racers. They kind of got back into the game. Didn't let off the gas as much today. You know, is that something that, you know, you hope to improve on every time, get off to these hot starts, and then just stay full throttle the entire game?
Yeah, well, last year there weren't too many games that we were ahead. So now they don't know what to do with that, and they get real excited, and then we kind of lose our focus, and we got to, you know, draw them back in and say, hey, you know, we've got to keep. They don't understand that. So we're working on being able to keep our you know, our intensity, and throughout, even when we're doing well, you just got to keep rolling, you know, like Drake does, like Missouri State does. Those are the things we're trying to emulate. And, you know, we'll continue to work on that. The other thing is, you know, obviously it's going to be last second situations, because this group isn't used to that.
All right, Andy, you got any other questions for Coach?
Yeah. With Chicago State being in the situation they're in, it looks like a 10-day layoff now before you play again. Would you like to pick somebody up in the meantime to keep this momentum going, or do you need the time for other things?
I might have something up my sleeve, Andy.
Okay, that'll be good.
Just hang tight. You'll find out really soon.
Okay.